Salvation is my best gift ever. You're the tree of life. I was lost, now I am found.
Today, we are going to continue with the 400 years prophecy as shown to Abraham. God showed Abraham the 400 years prophecy. Now, let's see why Genesis 15:13 is not about Egypt, but it's all about America, USA. Let's see why it's not about Egypt, but America. We know, fact number one, the time spent in both Egypt and Canaan was 430 years. 430 years was spent in both Egypt and Canaan, right? Today, we are talking about 1619 to 2019, 400 years. This is about USA. Let's see. Exodus 12:40. Let's see what it says. The time people of Israel lived and spent in both Egypt and Canaan was 430 years. Today, you see so many Bibles, they are trying to take out Canaan. They take out both Egypt and Canaan to make it sound that if Canaan is taken out, people will think 400 years and 430, there's no difference because they're not confuse people. But if you keep both Egypt and Canaan, it makes sense. These are two locations. But today, the 400 years prophecy, it's only about America. So people are trying to put it in a way it sounds as if the 400 years prophecy is about Egypt, where even though they spent time in a foreign land that was not theirs in Egypt, Genesis 15:13 is not about Egypt, is about America. As we read in Exodus 12:40, they spent 430 years in both Canaan and Egypt. And if you separate the two, you calculate, you figure out that they spent around 215 years in Egypt. They spent around 215 years in Egypt, not 400 years, no 430, only in Egypt. Because those 400 years 30 were spent in both Egypt and Canaan. So the 400 years prophecy is not about Egypt, it's rather about USA, America, as we are continuing to see. Now, fact number two, they would go back to Egypt in ships. So God told the people of Israel, if you continue to sin, I will bring you back to Egypt in ships. Because remember, Canaan is here, Egypt is here. You know how they went there before, right? And you cannot bring them back in ships on land. There must be a sea or water, right? So the Egypt here symbolizes a foreign and far land where they will use water to go to so that they can be in ships, right? You have to have water to make this happen. Let's see. Deuteronomy 28:68. In Deuteronomy 28:68 we read, then God will send you back to Egypt in ships. Let's read from Deuteronomy 28:68. Then God will send you back to Egypt in ships. God will send you back to Egypt in ships. To its nation, I promise you, you would never see again. There, you will be offered, and you offer yourself to be slaves to your enemies, but no one will buy you. So nobody will buy you. So what does it mean? People try to say, oh, you're going to become a slave? Nobody's going to pay money to buy you. No, it's not what it means. Instead, it means nobody will be able to redeem you. Nobody will take you out there. Only the hand of God. The hand of God is only the mighty hand that will take you out of that land where you're going to be suffering for 400 years. You see, USA, these guys, they've been suffering there for so long, and even in Africa, nobody's doing nothing about it. Only God is going to free them. He's going to redeem them, right? Let's see. In Egypt, remember, in Egypt, of course, they knew, they could remember who they were. All the time, while the people of Israel were in Egypt, they knew they were Israelites, right? They had no doubt about that. They knew they came from Israel. They were Israelites. Today, guess what? We talk about the 10 lost tribes of Israel. So why then, if it's Egypt, the 12 tribes of Israel don't know who they are? We talk about the 10 lost tribes of Israel. Does not make sense. So that means that in that land where they would go for 400 years, they would forget who they are. They will never ever remember who they are. It's happening. This is the fact. These guys in the US, they never remember where they came from, who, or where they came from, or who they are. Remember, these guys in the USA, or people who are sleeping in Africa, they don't know where they came from. They don't remember about themselves. They don't know that they are the people of Israel. They don't know that. So, guess what? They will remember who they are. Time will come for these people, and God will pour a spirit on them, and then they will remember who they are. This is why you see what you see now, and this is what's happening. People have started to wake up and realize that indeed they're the people of the book. Now, they remember who they are. That's why you see the Great Awakening. The explanation today is the Great Awakening, because now people have started to remember that indeed they're the people of the book. Thank you very much for watching. May God bless you. Shalom, shalom, shalom.
Salvation is my best gift ever. You're the tree of life. I was lost, now I am found.